Anyway, it's my personal opinion. You don't need a TV. You just need a computer and internet. It's kind of how I feel. Oh my god, now I'm on TV. Alright guys, we're going to be jumping into the semifinals between Donut and Cloud9 very, very shortly here. And I can't wait to see this matchup. I mean, no matter what Donut faces, it's going to be an explosive matchup. They have so much pressure. I mean, you saw Jeff earlier on today. He was like soloing people. Here we go. The queue has popped. We're going to jump into it, man. We're going to jump into the very first map of this best of 5 series, and it's in the Grand Arena. See you guys in a minute. Welcome everybody to the Grand Arena. It's Donut versus Cloud9, and you called it, man. Oh, actually, it's Foxy instead of Balance. What do you think about that choice?
I don't think Balance is here. I actually don't think he's here.
That might do it. That might do it.
I mean,
do you think that?
That or maybe. I mean, these teams probably see each other a lot on the ladder. I think they're both both of the top teams right now. So maybe the Windwalker DK doesn't work for them overall. So they just want to try Foxy out in the first round. But I have a feeling that Balance just isn't here. Jeff actually getting freedomed on his mount, not running in with it just yet. Kappa and Balance running side by side here. A pair of cleaving brothers trying to get to Kubzi in the background here. Foxy opens on him, looking for a clone onto Gorecki, actually now connecting onto Kubzi S2. We see the Pillar of Frost pop by Jeff. He's going to get silenced up, though. A lot of burst following it up. He's actually going to trinket and get that AMS up, reducing a lot of the magic damage incoming onto him. Kappa caught into that Fear Steel. They burst right through that anti-magic shell. Still a lot of damage following it up. His Saved by the Light's going to proc. We can see the Strangulate now onto Kubzi. He's forced to Aura Mastery out of that. Defensive Polymorphs over onto Jeff. Kubzi caught into that full Hodge. He does get Mass Dispelled out by Gorecki. He should be able to stabilize with those Avenging Wrath wings. We see another sheep landed by Wealthy Man. Jeff in quite a bit of trouble right now. He's got that Icebound Fortitude. He's trying to hold on to it. Kappa instead trading out his bubble. And this is not looking good for Donut.
No, it's not. I mean, they're all inning on Cubsy, and they're getting so many defensive cooldowns forced because of it. And a sacrifice going out from Kipo. This is Incarnation onto Cubsy, though. This is what they needed. They need this pressure. Saved by the Light being ripped right through. Cubsy still has the bubble at 8% health here. They did get the bubble, but is that enough? I mean, Incarnation falling as well as the Berserk. Are they going to be able to have the pressure to be able to kill Cubsy? Cubsy still with his Trinket and 2 bops available to him moving forward, which is a very big deal when you're facing a Feral Druid. There's the Hodge on the Foxy. He's going to be cleansed up out by Kipo, but Kipo actually had to Trinket to cleanse him up on there. There's the bash on the Cubsy on his Trinket as well. So everybody goes down! Donut beating Cloud9 in game number 1 against the Holy Paladin Codgomp. Wow.
That's all she wrote.
Wow. Holy moly. This is just the tournament of upsets so far, it would seem. Cloud9 losing game number 1 against Donut, and the DK and the Feral Druid damage. It just seems like it's too much to be able to heal through consistently like that. Kipo doing a good job rotating through his defensive cooldowns over and over, like very, very spread out as much as he can anyway, to be able to give his team enough time to kill Cubsy. And I feel like if Cubsy was able to survive just a minute longer, or just like a few seconds longer, that might have been all the momentum gone for Donut. But here we go. We're going to be jumping into game number 2 here very, very shortly.
I just think that Cubsy thought he was okay. Like, it was only a half bash.
Right.
And then it was a corner stun, and he thought, like, oh, I'm fine. And then, nope. Not fine. Not fine. So, yeah, I think they just caught him off guard. Like, it's funny sometimes, like, especially when you're training a healer and you stun someone half duration and the healer thinks that the other team screwed up, but most often it actually just catches them off guard because you actually think you're safe. Like, oh, I'm only stunned half. I'm fine. I'm fine. And then damage doesn't wait for you, even in a half stun. So, I don't know. I think he just got caught off guard because he saw it as only half duration.
I just want to do a quick shout out to Nowastaters for subscribing for 9 months in a row. Thank you so much, bro, for the consistent support. That's actually unbelievable, man. I really do appreciate that, buddy. But here we go. We're going to be jumping into the second game, and it is going to be played out on Tolvaron Arena. See you guys in a hot minute. Welcome everybody to Tolvaron Arena. It's Donut versus Cloud9. Donut taking game number one with some insane pressure. But Cloud9, they did not change their composition up even though they have a whole bunch available to them. So you can't help but think that Cloud9 just feels like they made a mistake. They can definitely play a bit better than that and maybe peel Cubsy a bit more. What is it that you think that they needed to do last game?
I thought that he was off forbearance. I thought he had a bop to deal with it. Maybe I was wrong, but I'm pretty sure that he had a bop and he could have just removed all the stuns and the bleeds. It would have stopped a lot of damage, but he wanted to hold on to it because he saw it only as a half stun. You see
Right.
Cubsy knows he's the target. He's building up illuminated healing, cutting away from the melee as they're running in. Good positioning right now from Cubsy. Jeff already getting punished very hard here. Kappa caught into that full sheep, follows it up with another sheep. Anti-magic shell up from Jeff. Grecky actually dispersing for damage. And now he's going to be down that disperse. Maybe he's trying to bait them off. There's a full fear on the Kappa. Cyfoxy getting swapped over to. A lot of damage following up. Now into that Fist of Justice. He's going to trick it out. Use that survival instincts. Kappa popping the Avenging Wrath to stabilize him. They want to go offensive onto Cubsy, but Jeff's having a hard time connecting. Looks like they're actually going to go onto Gorecki and try and punish him for that offensive disperse. Maybe they can. Gorecki's actually going to get bopped immediately on the incarnation. Jeff rolls over. He's trying to purge off that bop. He just can't get it at the moment. Cubsy sitting through that full Fist of Justice. Kappa actually bubbling in the meantime to try and spam heal, keep his team offensive with this incarnation. And you know, that offensive disperse is kind of baiting them onto him. Maybe they can punish him for it, but I don't think they can. And in reality, they don't want the incarn on Cubsy, so it's kind of a mind game. Gorecki gets away with it offensively and baits them off of the target that they really want to be on.
Yeah, I don't know. This mind game seems to be working out for him. I really don't think Gorecki is going to be the right kill target moving forward into this game. I mean, look at that incarnation doing all that damage on a Gorecki, and we still got a trinket, we still got a bubble, we still got wings, and another bop available from Cubsy to be able to keep his team up. But there's the Hodge on the side. Foxy at 1% health. He gets the wall up, but it's just too little, too late. Donut losing game number 2 out on Tolvaron Arena. And you know that they got to be feeling like they went on the wrong kill target there.
I mean, yeah. I mean, you see him disperse before incarn, and you're like, man, we should not let him do that, and then go on him. I mean, the map also probably encouraged them to go onto him. So I don't know even if they would have been able to win going on to Cubsy on that map, but interesting decision from Gorecki, and I wouldn't say that Donut fell for it or anything. They were just trying to capitalize on it.
Yeah. But here we go. It is tied now 1-1 here in this best of 5 series. Cloud9 versus Donut in the semifinals. Neither one of these teams want to be forced down to that lower bracket, want to go through an entire another series to make it to that final series. And they're fighting for it at the moment. But Donut, I mean, they kind of feel like a one-trick pony with that cleave composition available to them. I feel like, can they, when Cloud9 knows what's coming to them, can they still pull it off? That's the question. I mean, it is now their map choice going into game number 4. So going into game number 4,
ruins or Dalaran.
Right.
That's what we always see from the cleaves on those maps specifically. So I wouldn't expect any surprises.
Oh, there you have it. And the next map of this best of 5 series, of course, is Dalaran Sewers. We're going to jump right into it. It's Cloud9 versus Donut, tied 1-1 in this best of 5 series. Cyfoxy, Jeff, and Kappa sticking with that Feral Druid, Deathknight, Holy Paladin composition versus Cloud9's Holy Paladin God comp, which is Gorecki, Wealthy Sock, and Kubsy on that Paladin. Alright, here we go. On Dalaran Sewers, it's going to be very difficult for Cubsy to be able to make some distance from these two melee. But I mean, Gorecki in previous games have shown that he's quite good with those life grips, so that might be a huge asset for Cubsy. Maybe even on that Z-axis, like on that ledge, you can jump down and get gripped back up. But that being said, I mean, Cyfoxy.
And yeah. Cyfoxy can jump, and Jeff can death grip. So I mean,
yeah,
life grip should be able to get countered unless he sees an opportunity where Jeff grips him before it. But Dalaran's really small. Cubsy's gonna have a hard time, I think, on this map. Cyfoxy and Jeff are gonna be a little bit more aware now that they're not going on Jeff as a primary target. So I think Cyfoxy's gonna be a little bit more aware of his position. We can see Gorecki charging across, Wealthy Man charging across as well. Now trying to build up some icicles off of Jeff and slow his progress over to Cubsy. Cyfoxy crossing the map. Looks like Cubsy is going to be the target for Donut here in game number 3. Now fully stunned. Cyfoxy getting horrified though. Kappa's actually going to trade out the bubble. He needs to dispel the fist. He dispels the Fist of Justice, but Gorecki actually mass dispels the bubble off of Kappa. He pre-sacrifices the half sheep though. Really well played from Kappa, breaking up some CC here. Now they can stick onto Cubsy very aggressively. Maybe even look for a bop or a bubble potentially here. Strength Strangulate has been used, but Cubsy preemptively healed it and topped himself off. Incarnation has now been popped. Gurecki grips him away, but not too far, actually. Incarnation still rolling. A lot of damage available from Cyfoxy. He cannot be peeled at the moment. Jeff now reconnecting with that freedom. Cubsy just needs to cast through the damage. He's doing a good job so far. He's trying to fake cast the inner, so he's not getting either of them. Gurecki getting cloned up. Cubsy needs to stay alive here. Full Fist of Justice on the Cyfoxy. They all have their trinkets. I'm curious why nobody's trinketing in this setup. Cyfoxy still taking quite a bit of damage. Has to trinket the Horrify. Pops the Survival Instincts, now trying to reverse the pressure on the Cubsy, forcing Cubsy's trinket. Cubsy getting hit so hard right now. Will he be able to survive into the quarter stun? Forced to bubble down at 24% HP. Cyfoxy in retreat now. Cap actually trinketing amongst all of that crowd control, and both teams are running out of cooldowns.
They are. Jeff still just pumping out that damage, popping that AMS, and continuing to connect onto Cubsy. He knows that his team's running out of time. Cyfoxy jumping in on the fray as well. Deep freeze in the background onto Kappa as Hodge lands on the Cyfoxy. Can they kill Cubsy in time? But it looks like Cyfoxy surely will go down from that setup. Kappa just running out of those defensive cooldowns to keep his team alive and offensive, and down Cyfoxy goes. Jeff as well. And there you have it. That will be game number 3. Cloud9 taking the lead 2-1. Donut now having to win 2 series in a row to take this series. All right. There you have it, everybody. We're going to be jumping into game number 4 very, very shortly. But, man, I don't know. I know that Cubsy is definitely the right kill target, but I feel like Cloud9 is adapting well. I mean, after the first game, you see plays coming out from Gurecki, like just dispersing just to get that additional damage to continue to punish their team. And there's stuff like that really just adds that additional pressure that makes it really hard for Kappa to deal with. But here we go. We're going to be going into game number 4 here. Can the Feral Druid, Deathknight, Holy Paladin composition kill Cubsy of Cloud9 in time before their defensive cooldowns run out from the setups?
Yeah, I'm curious to see if they're going to go to Runes of Lordaeron or go to Tiger's Peak or something.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like they have to go to Tiger's Peak, right?
Yeah, I mean, they could risk it. It seems like a lot of the teams don't want to take many risks, so they always pick the safe pick. So yeah, Tiger's Peak would definitely be the safe pick.
Right.
It's weird how much more fast-paced this is with the Feral Druid than the Windwalker mod. Seems like there's no way we're getting the dampening.
Yeah. Alright, we're just waiting on Cloud9, it would seem. And here we go. We're going to be jumping into the games very, very shortly. Just a reminder, everybody, this is the semifinals of that upper bracket. Both of these teams fighting their way for locking their spot in that finals, that best-of-5 series there. And the loser of this series will actually drop down to an additional series to have to fight their way back for an opportunity in the finals. But they'll have to wait. They'll have to face the winner of Tempo Storm versus Method Orange. Here we go. The next map has been chosen. It's none other than Ruins of Lordaeron. Welcome everybody to Ruins of Lordaeron. It's Donut versus Cloud9. Donut taking a very crazy game number 1, but Cloud9 seeming to find their stride has been punishing them, taking 2 games in a row. Donut now on the ropes to being knocked down to that lower bracket. Cloud9, this is the first loss. Not even a series loss, but this is the first game loss that they have had yet this tournament. And here we go, the gates have opened. Can Donut do it against Cloud9?
Yeah, they picked the risky map for Ruins of Lordaeron. I think they're just definitely going to be all-inning. Cubsy again. You see Cubsy preparing for it. Illuminated shields fully stacked on himself. He's going to have a lot of damage reduction, or damage absorbed, I should say. But they're going to open regardless. Cyfoxy caught into the Horrify. Triple CC out from Cloud9 onto the team of Donuts. Cyfoxy getting hit very hard. Trinkets into a full Fist of Justice. Maybe they can just kill him outright. Saved by the Light's going to proc so much damage following it up. That's going to get shredded through Kappa caught into the full fear. Trinkets into a 1-second sheep. Do they have anything left? Doesn't look like it. Both Paladins popping Avenging Wrath to stabilize each other's teams here at the moment. Cubs is still the primary target for Donut, but they still haven't burned through the major cooldowns of his Trinket or his Bubbles. Triangulate's still available. Incarn's still available. They might have to just be forced to use it here to try and stall out the game a little bit longer and make them defensive, because this isn't looking very good for them right now.
No, not at all. I mean, even Cubsy is finding those opportunities to get those offensive Holy Shocks as well as the Denounces in. There's a Horrify going out onto Cyfoxy as Kipo's being put through the full fear now. Full Hodge on the Cyfoxy. No save by the late available, and there he goes. Cloud9 taking a convincing game number 3, knocking Donut down to that lower bracket, forcing him to go through an entire additional series. And there you have it. Cloud9 showing them that they are still that dominating team here in GCD Pro League. Tournament number 3, locking in that position. And the finals. Taking a quick look at that replay.
I like that Gorecki knows the bounds of his comp. Like, he knows he can get away with dispersing for damage, so he does.
Yeah, it's a pretty crazy point of view from him. That's nuts. And just a reminder, everybody, this is Gorecki and a Shadow Priest. He was playing a Warlock yesterday. And there you have it. Cloud9 taking the series 3-1. And we're going to go jump into the next series in that lower bracket very, very shortly. It's Tempo Storm versus Method Orange up next, everybody. I cannot wait to see what that's going to be like. So let's take a quick look. Tempo Storm, Elite, Jamili, Peekaboo, and